Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk to you about high school. Now, starting high school for me is, well, for everyone it's a scary experience, especially when, you've got used to having like all your friends around and everything like that, and then all of a sudden you go into like a big ass high school. And starting in school for me was one of the most scariest experiences of my life. Like, we had a uniform, and before we got into high school we had to learn how to tie a tie. Now, I know I do it still, but at that time it was like, what the fuck is going on? But just being in like a massive school where you're starting this new learning experience, it's very, very daunting. Like, you're this tiny little year 7 and you're like wandering around this big ass school, and then everyone else is like so much taller than you. Like, I remember the year 11s, like, they just towered over everyone, and I was just there, like, I was the smallest in my year, FYI. And like, you're just walking around and everyone's towering over you and you're like, oh my fucking god, what the hell's going on? But yeah, and then with trying to gain friends, I gained like a group of friends, about 5 to start off with, or 4, I can't remember which one it was. 4, yeah. Starting off in our forms, and I'm still friends with them now to this day, except one of them. But that's how I started to gain friends, and then throughout then they'd have their little social group in which they'd have, and then I'd gain friends through them, and so on until it became one big social friend gathering thing. But through high school you kind of like gather, well, I've gathered that there's like a social hierarchy in some points. Like, some people will be like, what the fuck are you talking about, there's no social hierarchy, but I spotted it. Like, you have the popular people, and then you have the and then it goes like down until you hit me. But yeah, I've noticed the social hierarchy, but I don't know if you guys noticed it, but I have, definitely. But within high school, when you're going to all these classes that you'd have your like core subjects like English, maths, science, so on and so on. But then when you get into like higher years, like year 10 and 11, and you start to notice you're failing in some of your classes, and for me that is such a scary experience. Like, I remember failing maths in like in year 11, and like, it was just like, you just want to burst into tears, like, because you know you failed, and then like, it's almost as if everyone around you is like passing, and then you're just there like, oh, okay, yeah, failing, bye. But like, I'm still doing maths to this day, trying to get a C, and I'm still like going around life thinking, when the hell am I gonna like use what the hell is square root of a fucking piece of paper? I don't fucking know. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna use that in later life, I don't think. But yeah, but with some people, like in high school, they kind of like want to know how to fit in, and for me, fitting in was like trying to squeeze through 2 fat people in a bus stop, and kind of impossible. But once you get the hang of like making a few friends through form, and then going through their social group and making friends with them, and so on, you start to feel like you're fitting in a bit more. But then there's people, like, when you want to like be who you are, it's kind of hard because like you obviously get the people that don't accept or have a different opinion or stuff like that. And you know, in my opinion, just do whatever the fuck you want. Like, fuck it, you know, be who you are, do what you want, say what you want. Well, actually, maybe not say what you want. You have to be careful with that one. But fitting in shouldn't be like such a problem. Like, just be who you are, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, I guess the struggle of high school is like it itself. But then when you leave high school, that is a different opinion. Like, you feel so much better leaving high school and having not to do PE. For me, PE and me do not mix. Like, it's like putting cheese and bleach together. Kind of an odd option. But every PE lesson, I remember me and my friend like always skiving PE. Like, every lesson, well, not every lesson, it started like somewhere in like late mid year 11 or 10, I can't remember which, but it started then. And I remember every lesson going, should we skive PE? And then we'd always go up to science and skive like all lesson, and then when it'd like finish, we'd just come out like, oh yeah, nice PE lesson, like looking shady as hell. But yeah, me and PE just do not mix at all. High school, you were one son of a bitch. Like, now I'm like in college.